Hi, everybody. So glad you can join us today. Think we're going to have a good time. We're going to talk about black sheep. Yes, I have some too. And we're also going to talk just a little tiny bit when that's over about how many feet mean what. And that's talking about horses' feet on statues that you see of famous people. So, my name is Beth K. Freeman. This is my email. You're welcome to email me if you like. Okay? bethscribble at AOL.com. Why Beth Scribble? Because I paint and I write, and scribble pretty well takes care of everything. So, bethscribble at AOL.com. I also do a publication. It's called Beth's Newfangled Family Tree. And this is how you get it. It is free. There's no charge. It's 2 sections every month. Each section is at least 38 pages. One is out about the 14th or 15th of the month. The other is out right at the 1st of the month. So it's 2 sections every month, and it's absolutely free with no strings at all. Okay. Let me tell you about my own black sheep. I was innocently doing research long before I knew about computers and genealogy, and I ran across these 2 ladies who had been excommunicated from the church. And I thought, my goodness, what in the world did they do? And what they did was one of them got engaged without the permission of the church. So she got gone. The other one was seen speaking to a soldier. Speaking to a soldier. So the wonderful thing was about all this, that this meant that these 2 ladies left me records that I would have never have known about. I'd have never known about them had they not been sort of wild and woolly according to their times. So, black sheep are good things because they leave records. And Brian Mulcahy and I are sort of working together on this one because some of him and some of me too. Historically, regardless of the country of residence, the size of your average family was much larger than in modern times. I remember the biggest family that I ever ran across in genealogy was a gentleman that lived in South Georgia, and he had 3 wives and 33 children. Now, he was a Primitive Baptist minister. And even though he was a Primitive Baptist minister, he shaved some years off of his age, which is a big bone of contention in the family nowadays, because he had 3 wives and they were all young and pretty. So he shaved some of the years off of his age. But he did have 33 children. So genealogists often encounter at least one black sheep ancestor in every family unit researched. And your ancestors may have gained membership to the elite group of people with black sheep in their family because maybe of a criminal activity, maybe refusal to follow a family mandated directive, such as an arranged marriage, for example, unplanned or unwanted pregnancies, extramarital affair, mental or medical disability that embarrassed the family, marriage outside the approved ethnic or religious group, and employed in what was perceived as an unacceptable occupation. Now, sometimes they would have a failure to achieve a family-designated educational, social, religious, or occupational goal. The usual strategy used by many families is to initially pretend that the person does not exist. Next, they tend to vilify the ancestor. In some cases, their actions were justified based on the social mores of the time. However, in more than a few cases, I've heard accounts where the family was guilty of wrongdoing and tried to cover it up. The ancestor who refused to go along with the lie ended up having the blame transferred to them. If they were conveniently deceased, the person was not around to defend themselves. Hence, it is wise to remember that there are two sides to every story, and the truth is often stranger than fiction. Both of these cliches are especially important for anyone involved in genealogical research. There used to be a book, I assume it still exists, called Black Sheep, and most any good genealogy library will have a copy of that. And it is quite interesting just to read as a book. Now, how many feet mean what? We all see all kinds of statues of equestrian statues with a historical figure atop. Did you know that the horse's position will tell you much about the rider? Yes. If you see a statue where the horse is either rearing or cantering with 2 feet off the ground, 2 feet on the ground and 2 feet off, you'll immediately know that the rider was killed in battle. If you see a statue where the horse has 3 feet on the ground, this signifies that the rider survived the battle but later died of his wounds. If the horse has all 4 hooves flat on the ground, this means that the rider was declared a national hero and proved his mettle. If the soldier is standing on the ground, the horse was killed in battle. So, I love things like this. I love to know those things. If you'd like a copy of that, just email me, bethscribble@aol.com. I hope you'll join us next week when we come again and have a good time. Thanks.